So I love the opening of this. First of all, the video is amazing. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Nudelberg, the Huddle.
What is happening here? This is what's happening. Not quite clear.
Could easily go on a Lionel Richie kick now.
I think I might this week. Oh, what a feeling. Mid-March. Summer's coming to a close. We got Labor Day in our sights. We are in pandemic mode for now 6 months. And that's good. Neighborhood. So when you watch this, he's really dancing on the ceiling, which when your things are going good, yeah, man, I'm dancing on the ceiling, baby.
And for the timing of this video, that was relatively...
Yeah. Well, it was something that was done years and years ago with Fred Astaire. So this was a redo of a Fred Astaire video type thing. But Lionel Richie's, I mean, you think about the songs that he wrote, forget it.
Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Eddie Dykes.
Eddie Dykes, I am getting huge compliments on my stuff.
Good morning, Jeremy. Good morning, Lloyd.
Everybody. When the music is right.
Good morning, Darren McKee.
Get uptight. The only thing we gonna do tonight.
Great day. Let's
and go upside down. Woo! Okay, let's bring the music down. Let's get started. Good morning, Dr. Nudelberg.
Good morning. Good morning, Mike Gallagher. Thanks for jumping in and saying good morning this morning. Good to see you, my friend. Hope Georgia's treating you well.
Is that of the like Johnny Gallagher?
Johnny's little brother.
Yeah, man. Hey, Mike. Nice to see you, bro.
Great weekend. You know, some of you saw the video I posted of my son Kai learning to swim. In a matter of 2 days, he went from not being able to swim to goggles on, head under the water, full laps around the pool. Just really, really unbelievable. So it really sparked that feeling in me of seeing him realize he could do something and then go, okay, I got this. How far can I take this? And just become absolutely obsessed and wanting to spend the whole weekend in the pool. So it was really exciting, really fun, and just a great weekend with the boy.
That is full-on Nudelberg, man. That little sniff of it. There is a social media lesson in there. Somebody did comment, like a real jerk comment, like, I learned to swim in 2 hours. So I went back to him and said, yeah, it gets easier in your 20s. So, be careful what you say on social media.
Lesson about social media, right? Whatever you put out there, it's free reign for anybody to comment whatever they want on it, right? But after you went back at him with that funny remark, he actually deleted his comment. He took it off.
He was embarrassed, as he should be. So as customary on a Monday morning, we're going to jump in and do a review of last week. Last week for the music, it was Doobie Brothers week. And thank you, Mark, for keeping that train, that rocking down the highway, which would have been my Friday choice, but you did it on Thursday. So great stuff. Review the content. If you want to find this stuff, it's available in podcast. Last Monday, we did the Rock's Top 10 Rules for Success. Doobie Brothers song was Taking It to the Streets. Tuesday was Train the Mind and the Body Will Follow. Doobie Brothers Listen to the Music. Wednesday was the 4 Principles from Joe Mullings. If you have not followed Joe Mullings, what are you waiting for? I can't wait till this week to meet him and sit down and continue our journey together. That was the doctor, the Doobie Brothers. Thursday, you brought up great stuff about the questions. It was rocking down the highway. And then Friday, we talked about, are you burnt out? That led us to an amazing conversation. I posted a video that got unbelievable traction for National Relaxation Day. So just, if you did not pump the brakes, shame on you, because I did. I ate, I drank, I took advantage of the sun. We live in an amazing place. Those of us that are here in South Florida, really, really, really awesome. A couple other things I want to talk about today. A shout out to Lori Salarillo, Lori George, Kathleen Cannon. It is National Nonprofit Day, and kudos to you guys for the impacts that you make in the society, in the world. I know Lori is up to her ears in backpacks and books, or books and backpacks, which I've supported, On the Ball has supported, and would love to see all of us in here. So Lori, I beg you to please post what that's all about. So that's happening. A gigantic birthday shout out to Christy Ruiz from City Furniture.
Happy birthday, Christy. I think she's on vacation.
Nice.
She's off enjoying herself right now. Maybe
she'll
if she's better, we'll see it today.
Maybe she'll catch this. Maybe she won't. In other good news, the NBA playoffs start today. So pretty cool. If anybody hasn't watched the basketball in the bubble, I think the quality of basketball is the best it's ever been.
It's really good. It's a fun setting to watch them in almost like a practice environment area, still compete and play. It's been fun to watch. I can't say the same for baseball.
Can't say I can't even watch baseball. I'm just sorry. Just to me, it's ridiculous. But anyway, good morning, Michelle Esposito, the Rosie Foundation. Thank you for the work you do. In keeping on the social media theme, one of the reasons why we do this is we give you current events, we give you shout outs, we give you things that you can then take if it appeals to you, and then you can go run it and put it in your own social media. Kim Swears did that on Saturday. Shout out to Kim. She took a much needed day off. She talked about it. And then she took a picture of a manatee next to her boat and said, advice from a manatee. And if you did not see it, look her up, because drink lots of water, glide through your day, have a gentle spirit, sleep on your back, and live largely. It was pretty cool. So this whole theme and all the stuff that we give you, put it out in social media and inform your audience. What do you think about that, young Nudelberg?
I love it. That's why we're here. To build the community, number one, to share content that should be shared from you as well, and then to give you a tips and tricks of the trade, which is, kind of the format that we've really stayed with over the past couple of weeks.
So Larry Long is jumping. He says, come on, man. And Larry, you can just imagine him in his smile. Come on, man. Don't love the baseball because he's a baseball guy. Here's what I will tell you. If you decide to track the St. Louis Cardinals, they had that early bout with COVID and the rest of the league played on. Now those guys are going to play like 55 games in 43 days or something crazy. Never before in Major League Baseball. So that's pretty cool. So today is Motivation Monday. I would like to share two stories that come directly from social media, and you know how glued to content I am and Mark is. This comes all the way from Australia. An Australian surfer saved his wife from a great white shark attack by leaping on the predator's back and repeatedly punching it until it let go. So I want you to imagine that you are in the water and your wife gets bit. If there was ever an example of what's possible, I mean, right now I'm thinking about it and I'm shitting in my pants. Like, there's no way.
Lesson number one, ladies, get you a man that will jump onto a shark and punch a shark for you. Because I love Gabby. I don't know if I'm jumping on a shark.
So it clearly demonstrates.
I don't know.
It clearly demonstrates what's in this world, and we talk about this all the time. What's possible? That is possible that somebody would do that. He is obviously being hailed as a hero. And the last quote of the article, Mark, give it to us.
The quote of the article, the best thing is the chief executive for Surf Life Savings, Stephen Pierce, said, pretty full on, really heroic. So the quote of the entire activity, pretty full on, really heroic. Best way to sum up that action.
Just the thought of being in that water, seeing the shark, staying there while it was biting your one was just incredible. So anyway, good stuff. Kudos to that gentleman. A couple of quick shout outs. Tom Lafredo, Terry Friedlander, new to the Huddle. Great to see your names and faces show up. Here's more on motivation. And if you think to yourself that life is hard right now, I want you to put yourself in this guy's shoes. David Beharal, who I just found on social media. You know, I was scrolling through, I found this story, and he had said he'd been absent for a while. Last December, my 6-year-old daughter was admitted to the hospital and diagnosed with a very, very rare, aggressive, cancerous brain tumor. She endured 4 major brain operations, one of which was bleeding to the brain. The sum up of this whole thing was that their hospital stay from December to June was ridiculously hard. Now, there are people who are dealing with ridiculously hard. I want you to look at yourself and say, hey, you know, is it ridiculously hard? But just a few weeks ago, she went in for a scan with no definitive evidence of residual or recurring disease. So anybody who thinks that prayers don't work, they do. And then he asked us all to take some perspective from this. And one of his favorite quotes was, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
That's awesome. And he really celebrated her, and he said, I'm sending this post out because I want to make sure that everybody understands she lived through cancer. She smiled every day. She didn't stop being positive. She never gave in when at one point she couldn't even talk, and I didn't hear her moan once. So understanding the power of being optimistic and knowing that you can get to the end of it and keeping that vision, really, really strong stuff. Carry that through.
Yeah, pretty amazing stuff. And so there is motivation, there is hope, there is stuff everywhere. If you're not finding it, which was what my video said, mental health is really, really significant. If you are having a problem, please reach out to me, reach out to Mark, reach out to anybody in this huddle. This is what it's all about. This is helping each other. When we talked about we're all in the same boat, in my video, I said that is a crock of shit. We are not all in the same boat. The reality is everybody's fighting their own war, their own demons, their own set of circumstances. And so it's up to us to help, and I'm here to do that. And as we shift gears to what the takeaway for today is, I thought it'd be appropriate to speak about a friend of mine, a guy that I have worked with, I've been on stage with, I've had the pleasure of knowing a gentleman named Les Brown. If you do not know Les Brown, I will post his video, but you can clearly see that this guy is just an amazing human being. Just to give you some background, he's an American motivational speaker, author, radio, DJ, former television host, former politician. He's considered inspirational, and what we talk about here is motivation and inspiration, but he has an incredible story of never giving up, because when he was young, he was diagnosed mentally retarded. You know, people said he's just never going to be much of anything. He was given help by one teacher. Go back to Jesse Itzler, one introduction away from changing the entire trajectory of your life. And here he did. And so I have a list of 15 quotes of his that I've gathered throughout the years of knowing him, following him. If you basically punch in motivational speaker, he comes right to the top. He's the voice of a lot of different stuff that's on the internet, a lot of content. But let's roll through them this morning. My personal favorite, and we'll go back and forth, Mark. My personal favorite is, used to be's don't make no honey. And when he said it to me, I basically almost passed out. I couldn't breathe. I said, wow, you know, everybody you know is out there talking about used to be. I can give you a real-time story that when I was in the phone business and took a year to kind of gather my thoughts and figure out what I was going to do next, everybody that had said to me that they would be there for me in my next venture, everybody who said, oh, you're incredible, I really want to work with you, disappeared. And it was my dad who gave me that rude awakening. He said, nobody gives a shit what you used to do. What are you doing right now, and what's the future look like? And I pass that down to my boys. So that one's very personal to me.
It's amazing. And I think it's easy to use that as your crutch, whatever you did before that previous success, to rely upon that to try to push yourself forward. And so don't use that crutch. That's the thing that makes it a little bit easier. Get yourself off of it, keep moving forward and push yourself forward. Love that one. I'm going to take the next one and go, you got to be hungry. I think as simple as that is, you have got to be hungry. If you're waking up and you've got a full belly and you're comfortable and there's nothing that's going to push you to get that 1% better, which is what we love to talk about here, you got to find something that's going to make you hungry. Because if you don't have the hunger, there's no real internal drive for you to go get better.
Yeah, I mean, you will find, look, you know, Kai jumps in the pool. He was hungry. His mind, his body was hungry to achieve. If you don't have that hunger, there is no motivation, no inspiration, nobody else that's going to load your backpack with that shit. That's looking in the mirror and say, I am hungry to get better. And I love that one. This one's another doozy. I lined them up. When life knocks you down, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
Yes.
And listen, you know, we talk about life as a series of failures, and when you dig deep into what people's psyche is, the ones who have really, really achieved great stuff have come from adversity. So, you know, it's okay to get knocked down. It's okay. Just keep looking up, and that's everything that you want is in front of you.
I don't know where the mindset shifted that success is easy, or that success is something that just happens the first time you do it. Like you have to train everybody that this is going to hurt. It's going to suck. There's going to be tons of growing pains on your way there. You got to do it. And the exact quote that I want to use coming right from that is, you are the only real obstacle. So I paraphrase, I shorten that, because it's, you are the only real obstacle to getting, the things you want or the things you want to do, but you are the only real obstacle. Your mind, your inner dialogue, and your inactivity are the only real obstacle to you not getting what you really want.
Love it, love it, love it. So this one, I've actually heard Jerry Rice say. I've done some work with Jerry Rice and his foundation. I've done work with him. We did a TV commercial with John Sally, which was a blast. But it's well known that Jerry Rice, when asked about his success, would say, which is now I realize is accredited to Les Brown, you must be willing to do what others won't do to have what others won't have. So, Jerry made it a little different, but the reality is, it's stepping out and doing that 1% more every day that makes the difference and really, really catapults you over the period of time into what, other people just aren't willing to make those sacrifices.
This is appropriate for salespeople. This is appropriate for coaches. This is appropriate for leaders. This, to me, is the ultimate unlock of life, which is help others achieve their dreams and you will achieve yours. So don't make it about me. If your why is about you, you're already setting yourself back, and it's going to be harder to achieve. You can't do it alone. You know that. Help other people succeed, and you'll find your success there. It's a big thing in sports. It's a big thing in life. So what you got to do?
This one's a doozy, but it's deep, and it cuts to a lot of people. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. And, this pandemic has made people really, really get in touch with their fears and forget about their dreams. Well, you know what? We've been in this 6 months. I reposted a video that I did at the beginning of the pandemic when everybody was freaking out. Oh my God, we didn't know if it was going to last a day, a week, a month. Well, it's been 6 months. And the ones who have stuck to their daily behaviors, have done the things that they need to do, those are the ones that are really achieving unbelievable success. They pivot into something else. They're doing something that they never thought that they could do. But this is real shit. This is not make believe, like motivation just to, blow smoke up your ass and make you feel good. This is to move people. And if you are living in fear, you will never, ever achieve what you can dream.
don't let someone else's opinion of you become
I love that.
like it's so you can't worry about what other people say about you, what other people think about you. There's going to be people that like you. There's going to be people that love you. There's going to be people that don't like you. And there's going to be people that hate you. You are the only one that controls your inner dialogue and your thoughts. You're the only one that can control your vision and keep pushing yourself forward. Don't let other people's opinions become your reality.
So I'll piggyback on that one with people either inspire you or they drain you. Pick wisely.
Yeah.
You know, I had this conversation Friday with a client who called me up and he was like, hey, listen, and the guy is listening now. He'll attest to this, but he was like, every time I talk to this guy, he's so negative. He's so draining and da-da-da-da. Well, one of the tests in life is to cut those people out, and the faster you cut them out, and I liken it to the space shuttle. As the space shuttle is jamming to its destination, at certain points, it sheds a skin. So it reaches a certain point and then boom, the whole bottom carriage goes away. If you really want to grow in life, one of the hardest things to do is to get rid of the people that hold you down, the anchors, we call them energy vampires. And so you see this is where, the tough decisions, Mark, you said it's not easy. No, it's not easy to say to somebody that you legitimately care for, listen, you suck. You are bringing me down. Get the fuck away from me, man.
I love it. I think this one sums up all of that because it's philosophical, but it's also real. Life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. Territory in your mind, territory in your life, territory in your words, everything is a real estate. Territory in social media. When we talk about taking your real estate, everything is a fight for attention, for thought, for energy, all of it. If you stop fighting for what matters to you and choosing and making sure the right things are in there, the bad things automatically take over.
I think that's a wonderful way to close out today, this idea, and I've recommended this book to a couple of people, The Art of War, which was written obviously a bazillion years ago, but was edited to talk about business. Business right now is all about air cover. The more air cover you create, that allows you. In war, they would send in the planes would drop the bombs, and then they'd send in the ground troops to gain that territory. That's what generals would, their strategy in getting territory was air and then ground. Well, what we have today is that the real air assault is social media, creating awareness for yourself to grab that territory, and then you march through it. And I will tell you, yesterday morning from 6 a.m. on a Sunday to 9 p.m., I have 2 weeks worth of brand new visits on Zoom that I don't know what's going to come of them, but my life will be enriched by the people that are around me. And I have faith, just like Les Brown talks about, I have faith that the more interactions I have, the more positivity is going to come back and something's going to affect my business in the right way. So what an unbelievable motivating Monday.
Boom. Let's go. Have a great week. Carry positivity, resilience, right? If it's not okay, it's not the end. I'm taking that one for a while.
I love it. Yeah. If you're not okay, find someone who you can talk it through and you see how fast you can become okay. See everybody. Stay on the ball.